in the next class of chapter number 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. In this chapter today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is stoichiometric relation. Now stoichiometric relation help us to calculate amount of reactant required or amount of product formed in a chemical reaction. This is a very important topic as far as any kind of examination concerned. You will get definitely one question in class 11th as well as in competitive examination with respect to stoichiometric relationship. To understand stoichiometric relationship, here look at the one example. This is a balanced chemical equation, combustion of methane. When you write balanced chemical equation, you need to write here 1, 2, 2 and 1. This is a balanced chemical equation. In the balanced chemical equation, these mathematical prefixes, these numerical prefixes are known as stoichiometric coefficient. I repeat, these numerical prefixes in the balanced chemical equation are also known as stoichiometric coefficient, and they will play a very important role to calculate amount of reactants required or amount of product formed in a chemical reaction. Remember, these ratios are always the ratio with respect to number of particles. You can read here, one particle react with two particles to form two particles and one particle of carbon dioxide. This ratio may be with respect to number of moles also. So in place of number of particles, you can read this as 1 mole of methane react with 2 moles of oxygen, 2 moles of water and 1 mole of carbon dioxide will form. Now out of these two, number of particles and moles, they both are 100% right as well as similar to each other. But this is more beneficial for us, as you know that one particles or two particles have negligible mass or negligible quantity. You cannot handle this quantity in laboratory as well as for calculations. But moles give us sufficient high quantity which can help us for easy calculation, as well as we can handle this quantity in laboratory also. So both are complementary to each other, but for calculation generally we prefer number of moles. So I repeat, 1 mole react with 2 moles to form 2 moles and 1 mole of water and carbon dioxide respectively. Now this ratio never get changed. It depends on the balanced chemical equation, but suppose we are talking about this particular reaction, it is combustion of methane, the ratio never get changed. Whenever 1 mole of methane react, we always require 2 moles of oxygen. Suppose in a chemical reaction 5 moles of methane react, then as per the ratio 5 moles will require 10 moles of oxygen. I repeat, 1 required 2, it means just double moles required. So 5 moles will require 10 moles. Here 2 moles produces 2 moles of water. So if we have 10 moles of oxygen, then we will get 10 moles of water as product, and here the ratio is 2:1. It means whatever the number of moles of water, the number of moles of carbon dioxide will be just half as compared to moles of water. So these are very important for us. Look at here this example. If we take 10 moles of this, then as per ratio 1:2, it means it required just double in amount. So we required 20 moles of oxygen. Here the ratio between oxygen and water is same, it is 2:2. So if it is 20, then it is also 20 moles of water will be formed. And here the ratio is 2:1. 2:1 means it is just half carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide will be 10 moles. Now it's not compulsory there to calculate water with oxygen or carbon dioxide with respect to water. The ratio is applicable in all possible given reactants and product. Look at here, it is 1:1 for methane and carbon dioxide, and similarly you can see 10 moles of methane react in the chemical reaction. The ratio is same 1:1. So if 10 mole of methane react, the amount of carbon dioxide formed is also same 10 moles. So this ratio is with respect to particle. This ratio may be with respect to number of moles. Generally we use moles. I explained you why it is so. Now third, this ratio may be with respect to volume also. But here, if all the reactants and products are gases, then only if all the reactants and product are gases, then the same ratio can be read as ratio with respect to their volume also. For example, look at here this reaction. In this reaction, nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. Now nitrogen is gas, hydrogen is gas, as well as ammonia is also gas. So here the stoichiometric coefficient, which is 1, 3 and 2. You can read this 1, 3, 2 with respect to their particles, with respect to their moles, as well as the same is ratio of their volume also. Volume means, suppose 1 liter of nitrogen react in the reaction, we require 3 times, it means 3 liter of hydrogen, and it will give 2 liter of ammonia. I repeat, if you take 5 liter of nitrogen, then 3 times means 15 liter hydrogen is required, and it will give 1:2, 5 liter, then it will give 10 liter of ammonia. Here do not get confused. You have studied earlier law of conservation of mass, means mass before reaction is equals to mass after reaction. But remember, you have not studied anything related to law of conservation of volume. There is no such law is applicable. Remember, the volume, never try to total the volume of reactant and try to compare with volume of product. There is no such law which says law of conservation of volume. So once again, come back here. The ratio may be for particle, the ratio may be for particles, the ratio may be for number of moles, and if the reactants and products are gases, the ratio may be for their volume also. Now, as I said, we prefer this particular ratio for calculation. Number of moles. So this ratio is for number of moles. Now, how can you calculate number of moles? In some question, you may given number of moles directly, but in other questions, you may have to calculate number of moles in the first step of the question. To calculate number of moles, we may use this three formula depending on the data given in the question. The first formula, now you are familiar with this formula as we did earlier, mole equal to given mass, which is in gram, divided by gram molecular mass, or it may be gram atomic mass, depending whether the substance is molecule or it is an atom. So this formula we earlier used. The second possible formula to calculate number of moles, moles equals to volume divided by 22.4. Now here volume must be in liter, and this formula, there are two conditions for this formula. One, this is used only for gases, and second, it is applicable only at standard temperature pressure. So if you are given volume of gas at STP, then you can use this formula. STP stands for standard temperature pressure. Standard temperature is considered as 0 degree Celsius or 273.15 Kelvin. Standard pressure is 1 bar. So you can use this formula with these two conditions. The third possible formula, this is used for solutions. The formula says number of moles. The mole can be represented by small n also. Number of moles equals to molarity into volume. Now what is meaning of molarity? Later on we will discuss in this chapter, but right now just memorize the formula. Moles equal to molarity into volume. This volume is volume of solution and it must be taken in liter. So I briefly revise. So far we know the numerical prefixes in balanced chemical equation, which is 1, 2, 2, 1. These are known as stoichiometric coefficient. Here the numerical prefixes is 1, 3 and 2. They are known as stoichiometric coefficient. These are the ratio with respect to particles, with respect to moles in which the reactants react or product form. Now generally we prefer moles for our calculation. Moles may be given directly, or if you are given some other data, then you can calculate moles by using these formula depending on the nature of question. Now to more explain, I am going to discuss three numericals today, and later on you revise, you do much more questions, and then you can share your problems. So here I have first question for you. The question says, in a chemical reaction, nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. Now once again look at here, this is a balanced chemical equation. Nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. In balanced chemical equation, the stoichiometric coefficient of nitrogen is 1, hydrogen is 3, and ammonia is 2. And this is, as we know, known as stoichiometric coefficient. So the question is 56 gram of nitrogen react in the reaction. We need to calculate how much hydrogen is required in the reaction and what will be the amount of ammonia produced in the reaction. I repeat question, 56 gram of nitrogen react to form hydrogen, 56 gram of nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. You need to calculate mass of hydrogen required and mass of ammonia produced in the reaction. This is stoichiometric ratio as per balanced chemical equation 1:3:2. So I written here 1, 3, 2 respectively for nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia. I hope it is clear. Now you are given 56 gram of nitrogen, and I told you that they are not ratio of their mass, they are ratio of their moles. You need to calculate number of moles to do this type of questions. So first calculate moles of nitrogen, and here because you are given mass of nitrogen, you can use formula mole equal to mass upon gram molecular mass. So I have calculated already here moles. This is for nitrogen. It is given mass divided by gram molecular mass of nitrogen. It is equals to 2. So in this question, moles of nitrogen is given, which is equals to 2. Now the ratio says 1 mole of nitrogen react with 3 moles of hydrogen. The hydrogen required 3 times. So if we have 2 moles of nitrogen, this means use simple mathematics, 1:3, it means it should be 2:6. So 2 moles of nitrogen required 6 moles of hydrogen. The ratio remains same, 2:6, or it is 1:3. Similarly, 1 mole of nitrogen gives 2 moles of ammonia. Here you can see nitrogen and ammonia. The ratio is just double, 1:2. So if we have 2 moles as per the question, it means the amount of ammonia should be double. It means the amount of ammonia will be 4 moles. So you can see here the ratio is same, 1, 3, 2, and here now it is 2, 6, 4. Remember, this is as per balanced chemical equation, which is also known as stoichiometric coefficient. This is given in the question, and this we need to find out. 6 moles of hydrogen is required, and as per our calculation 4 moles of ammonia will be produced. Now here you need to calculate mass and not moles. So now convert this moles into mass by using same formula. Mass equals to mole multiplied by GMM, gram molecular mass. So mass equal to mole into GMM. For hydrogen, number of moles we calculated 6 into gram molecular mass of hydrogen, which is 2. Answer is 12 gram. So we get the first part here, hydrogen required is 12 gram. One more point I want to clear here. When you are calculating gram molecular mass, then this number will not affect gram molecular mass. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. There are 2 hydrogen atoms in this molecule. So 1 plus 1 gram molecular mass of hydrogen is 2, and it's not related or it's not depend on stoichiometric coefficient. Now calculate similarly mass of ammonia. Same formula, mass equals to moles into gram molecular mass. Moles we calculated for gram molecular mass of ammonia. You can calculate for nitrogen it is 14, 1 for each hydrogen it is 17, 17 for the 68 gram. Now here this is the first answer and this is second answer. You can check by yourself that whether you are right or wrong in this calculation. You know law of conservation of mass. Mass in a reaction remains same. Mass neither created nor destroyed, or mass of reactant is equals to mass of product. So look at here, 56 gram of nitrogen reacted with 12 gram of hydrogen. So 56 plus 12 equals to 68, and amount of ammonia produced, it is also 68. This means we are right in our calculation. Another example, calcium carbonate. It is limestone. Calcium carbonate reacted with HCl to form calcium chloride, carbon dioxide and water in a chemical reaction. Once again, it is balanced chemical equation. You can see stoichiometric coefficients are 1, 2, 1, 1 and 1, which I have written here respectively 1:2, 2:2, 1:2, 1:1. Only for HCl the stoichiometric coefficient is 2. For rest the stoichiometric coefficient is 1. Now in this question, as per the question, you need to calculate mass of calcium carbonate required and volume of carbon dioxide produced at standard temperature pressure. I repeat, mass of calcium carbonate required and volume of carbon dioxide produced at STP when calcium carbonate reacted with 100 milliliter, 0.1 capital M. I hope you remember capital M means molarity. So 0.1 molarity HCl, 100 milliliter quantity. You need to calculate mass of calcium carbonate and volume of carbon dioxide at standard temperature pressure. Once again, the first step, we have written stoichiometric relationship, stoichiometric ratio. I hope this is clear. Now second, you need to calculate number of moles of given substance. Here the given quantity is for HCl and you are given 100 milliliter, 0.1 m. Calculate number of moles of HCl with this information. Here you can use formula mole equals to molarity into volume. Molarity is given 0.1 into volume you need to take in liter only. So it is 0.1. This means it becomes 0.01. This is number of moles of HCl in the given question. So if HCl is 0.01, this is HCl, number of moles of HCl, use the ratio to calculate moles of calcium carbonate and moles of carbon dioxide. The ratio says 2:1. It means moles of calcium carbonate will be just half. Half means here moles of calcium carbonate should be 0.01 divided by 2. It means it is 0.005. This is moles of calcium carbonate. How I calculated? Just look at here once again. The ratio is 2:1. It means the number of moles of HCl is 0.01, which we calculated here. The moles of calcium carbonate will be just half. It means 0.01 divided by 2. It is 0.005. Similarly, second quantity we need to calculate for carbon dioxide. Here also the ratio is, either you can read here 1:1. It means calcium carbonate and carbon dioxide will have same number of moles. So moles of carbon dioxide is also 0.005. Once you get number of moles of both desired substance, now you need to calculate mass of calcium carbonate. For mass, you can use the same formula. Mass equals to moles multiplied by gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass of calcium carbonate is 100, so you can calculate easily. And here you need to calculate volume. To calculate volume, you need to use this formula. Mole equals to volume divided by 22.4. Moles we already calculated, which is 0.005. Use this formula to get volume. Now the last question, and last question is related to a new sub part of this topic. I ask camera person to shift camera this side. My son Alpesh. The last question is related to limiting reagent. Once again, a very important question, limiting reagent. Now in this question is also related to stoichiometric relationship. The question is also related to the ratio of number of moles. Almost same question as we discussed earlier, with one change. This time you will be given amount of quantity of two reactants. Out of two reactants, only one reactant can react completely in the reaction, can consume in the reaction completely, and therefore that particular will decide amount of product form. That particular substance is known as limiting reagent. Now what is meaning of limiting reagent? How can we find out limiting reagent? For this, look at here this question. Once again, it is combustion of methane to form carbon dioxide and water. The stoichiometric ratio you can see here, it is 1:2, 2:2, 2:1. Sorry, here as per Valence equation it is 1:2. This is for methane, this is for oxygen, this is for carbon dioxide, and this is for water. This is as per Valence chemical equation. The ratio is 1:2, 2:2, 1:2. Now here you can see the difference in this question as compared to previous two question. You are given amount of two reactants. Whenever you are given amount of two reactant, in the first step you need to calculate. You need to find out in fact limiting reagent. To calculate limiting reagent, first calculate number of moles of both of these two given substance. Because you are given here mass, you can use formula mole equal to given mass divided by gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass of methane is 16. So here the number of moles are 32 divided by 16. Gram molecular mass of oxygen is 32. So it is 32 divided by 32. Here number of moles are 2 and here number of moles is 1. This is as per given question. I repeat, this is balanced chemical equation. They are known as stoichiometric coefficient. They are known as stoichiometric coefficient, and this is given amount in the question 2 moles of methane and 1 mole of oxygen. Now if I put here the amount of methane given is 2 moles. This is as per question. So as per this ratio, balanced chemical equation says 1 mole required, 2 moles of oxygen. The amount of oxygen required is just 2 times than methane. So it means if we have 2 moles of methane, this is given in the question, 2 moles of methane. So amount of oxygen required should be as per question, it should be 4 moles. I repeat, as per balance equation, 1 mole required, 2 moles. So 2 moles of methane required, 4 moles of oxygen. This is methane, this required oxygen. But in this question, the given amount of oxygen is only 1 mole. It means we do not have sufficient amount of oxygen for combustion reaction. I repeat, as per our calculation, 4 moles of oxygen is required, but the given amount of oxygen is only 1 mole. This means oxygen is insufficient. The required is 4, given is only 1, given amount is less as compared to required. Because oxygen is less, the combustion of methane is not possible. We can say here methane cannot react completely in the reaction. Because methane cannot react completely, it means it's obviously the other substance, which is oxygen, will react completely in such reaction. So 1 mole of oxygen will react here. 1 mole of oxygen is react here completely. It can't react completely. It reacts completely. The substance which react completely is known as limiting reagent because it will decide amount of product. So here the limiting reagent we identified as oxygen. One small look at here, this is slightly tricky and you may get confused. Therefore, look at once again. This is balanced chemical equation, stoichiometric relationship. So far we compared methane and oxygen. Now I am going to do reverse calculation. In the question, the amount of oxygen given is 1 mole. I repeat, the question says we have 32 gram of oxygen. 32 gram of oxygen means we have 1 mole of oxygen. Now look at the ratio, it is 2:1. If we have 1 mole of oxygen, we require only 0.5 moles of methane. And check here, do we have 0.5 moles of methane? The answer is yes. We have much more amount of methane which is required for the reaction. We require only 0.5. We have 2 moles. I repeat, 1 mole of oxygen required 0.5, but 1 mole of oxygen has 2 moles of methane here. It means there is no problem for oxygen to react completely in the reaction. Oxygen react completely and therefore oxygen is limiting reagent. In this question you need to find out mass of carbon dioxide and mass of water formed. To calculate their mass, first you need to calculate their moles. To calculate their moles, you use the same method which we used in the previous question, with only difference, because we are given amount of these two substances, we may get confused whether we calculate moles with respect to methane or moles with respect to oxygen. So I repeat, and this is very important statement, remember it, the amount of product decided by only limiting reagent. So in this question the limiting reagent is oxygen. The number of moles of oxygen is, as per the question, the number of moles of oxygen is 1. This means the moles of carbon dioxide formed, it is 2:1, so it is 0.5, and moles of water form, here the ratio is 2:2. So as per the limiting reagent, oxygen will decide the amount. The ratio is 2:1:2. So we will get 0.5 moles of carbon dioxide and 1 mole of water will be produced in the reaction. So what is the mass of leftover substance? This is last part. And once again, once you calculate their number of moles, you can calculate the mass by the same formula, mass equals to mole into gml. Another part, the last part of the question is, what is mass of leftover substance? Now here, unused substance or leftover substance, as we know oxygen completely react in the reaction, the unused substance is methane. How much methane required as per the ratio? 2:1. So methane required is only 0.5. 0.5 moles of methane required, but the given amount is 2 moles. The given amount of methane is 2, required amount of methane is only 1.5. It means leftover methane is 2 minus 0.5, it is 1.5 mole. And once again, you can convert moles into mass by the same formula. So remember, this is tricky question. due to we cannot have live classes, so I tried to cover at least 6 days task in one class with a little hurry. So be very careful while you prepare this particular part. Do solve questions and then try to do unsolved question. Thanks, and if you like the video, press the like button also, so that many more students can take benefit of the video. Thanks, and we will meet in next class. Till that, bye bye.